What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's another episode of the Daily Crypto News. Halfway through the week with you guys. As you guys know by now, my name's Bobbin. I got my brother with me, Mr. Scott Tripp, aka the Crypto Beast. Admin over here at BigONE. And Scott handles the social media. As you guys know, we like to kind of get together once a day, kind of go over some of the crypto headlines, bring them to you guys' attention, debate, talk about them, and see what you guys think about them as well. There's been a lot of crazy sentiment over the market, and as we kind of get into this little downward spiral that we've been going through for quite a little bit of a time, any sign of green just gets people rallied up again, right? And then, right behind it, there's a little bit more of a dump. So I think, it's a good time to be cautious when you're out there on the market, guys. But before we jump into the crypto news, I'll let my brother introduce himself again and let you guys hear his voice, and then we'll get right to it.
Yeah, for sure. So Scott with BigONE, I handle the social media side of things there. Happy to be here again, you guys. I work for Asia Blockchain Community, or Blockcast, as well. So just happy to be here, excited to continue doing what we're doing. So yeah.
Yeah. And go right into the news today. My first article is actually going to be coming from Bitcoinist.com, and the headline reads, El Salvador under pressure from IMF to remove Bitcoin as legal tender. El Salvador has come on the radar of the financial world after it announced it was making Bitcoin a legal tender. Decision was made by the small North American country, a favorite among crypto enthusiasts, but not everyone has been happy with this move. One of them have been the IMF. Recently reported the IMF has put pressure on the country to remove Bitcoin as a legal tender. In cities, the country's debt profile, as well as its financial problems, as a reason of why they should do this. Even going as far as opposing the first Bitcoin-backed bond that is scheduled to be launched in the country. So the IMF reported El Salvador features reports from the executive directors. These directors commented on a number of issues in respect to El Salvador, from the COVID-19 pandemic to the financial statute of the country. So El Salvador was lauded in the report for having one of the tightest grasps on the pandemic issues, greatly limiting the toll on both the economic and human resources. So looks like they're gonna keep going at it. The IMF is definitely not letting up on El Salvador and their decision to want to, not only use Bitcoin as a legal tender, but as we reported a few months back, they weren't happy with the Bitcoin City plans either, right? So it seems like this is going to be one of those cases. Just keep going back and forth, and we'll keep you guys updated.
So my first article is about Vitalik Buterin's discusses benefit of non-transferable NFTs. He's published a blog post detailing his thoughts on non-transferable NFTs. Certain utilities, Buterin argued, do not lend themselves to token transferability. Buterin urged the blockchain community to give thought to non-transferability and how it could improve the experience of Web3. And this actually makes sense. He said, take the terminology from World of Warcraft, in which a soul-bound item refers to an item that cannot be sold or separated from the player who carries it. Buterin used the majority of his post to consider the same concept vis-a-vis the NFT space, in which currently most NFTs can be bought, sold, or transferred from owner to owner. While transferable NFTs have their place and can be really, really valuable on their own for supporting artists and charities, Buterin wrote, there is also a large and unexplored design space of what non-transferable NFTs could become. And what makes sense about non-transferable NFTs is like where you have a proof of attendance protocol. And so it shows that you attended certain events and stuff like that. The way that I guess I see it without him saying this is, if you were to go vote, your NFT would be tied to you and be non-transferable. So it doesn't matter who went to go vote, you would have to be the person that voted. Because if you're not the one that is voting, then it's false, right? So, and he basically said that there is still a way, excuse me, to protect people's privacy. And he said they just have to be somewhat careful about it. Buterin was careful to cite privacy concerns, noting that it would take some technological innovations to ensure that the totality of a person's on-chain data does not get publicly mapped to their name and face. However, he noted that a few fairly simple technical options are possible, including the use of ZK snarks, which I'm not sure what that is, but I mean, in the same sense, people still want to protect their privacy, right? But I could really see the benefit of non-transferable NFTs. There could be a lot tied to this, actually, really, if it's going to make me fall down the rabbit hole if I talk any more about it. That's all I know. So I'll just stop right now.
Yeah, I was over here interested, man. I was like, keep going, man. Let me see how far this is going to go down. That's a really interesting one. So my second headline is actually going to be coming from bitcoiners.com as well. The headline reads, Jordi Mola's NFT Dropmass sell out after large demand. So the actor, artist, and NFT entrepreneur Jordi Mola's Genesis NFT collection Mass officially sold out after launching on January 16th in a collaboration with Paul Fisher Gallery and Rainy Coin. The 6,700 generative mass minted in only 18 minutes, with the trading volume currently at 509 ETH and 22 holders. Interested collectors can browse the collection and purchase NFTs on OpenSea. Following the sale, Jordi Mola hinted at some exciting news for mass holders that will soon be released within the Mass 2.0 roadmap, including plans to bring value to the Genesis holders from Mola's physical art. In addition to the public drop, cruise members only pass were able to claim a free mint from the collection, just one of the many perks of being a holder. So currently, only 50 of the 500 members only passes have been unlocked, but crew plans to open a few more in the upcoming weeks. So sounds like a new cool project. I gotta take a look at a couple of these skulls, and they're pretty cool, man. And what they did here to make this really smart marketing is they collaborated with Paul Fisher Gallery, and then they also collaborated with Rainy Coin. So they almost took essentially their community and two other communities and united them, and it turned out to be something super successful for them, obviously. So I haven't really explored much of the NFTs from this collector, but I like some of the pieces. I think it's really cool. So definitely something to check out, guys, or keep an eye on.
That's awesome. And then my next article is on NFTs. Again, it's kind of funny. We're talking lots about NFTs. It is definitely picking up for NFTs in the space right now. Reddit may soon add NFT-based profile pictures. Reddit is reportedly testing a feature that allows users to set their profile picture to images attached to NFTs. The feature is currently being tested internally, according to a company spokesperson, though it may already be semi-public. Twitter also introduced NFT profile pictures last week. Reddit's new feature would reportedly allow users to set their profile picture to any non-fungible token with an attached image. Reddit representative Tim provides a statement to the news site TechCrunch today explaining the feature. He stated that the social media company is testing the ability to use NFTs as profile pictures, avatars, and verify ownership. He also called the project a small internal test and said that Reddit has not decided whether to offer it more widely. So, and that's the smart thing about Reddit. They don't rush anything when it comes to that project. They've been around for a long time, so they carefully test something before they do release it. Something that I wish a lot of cryptocurrency places did on their own was actually test some of these things out. But yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, man. Reddit's definitely been sticking their foot in the water when it comes to, dibbling and dabbling in a little bit and trying to not dive all the way in, but, just kind of touch around and play. And they're definitely not in a hurry because like you said, they're going to take the time to come out with something right. So definitely good news to hear them still dabbling around in the space and getting familiar. To jump over to my last article, we're actually going to go over to cointelegraph.com, and the headline reads, Ripple announces 200 million share buyback and expresses optimism for 2022. The company has excuse me. The company has repurchased all Series C shares originally issued to the Tetragon Financial Group, SBI Holdings, and Route 66 Ventures in December of 2019. So blockchain payments from Ripple's firm has announced 200 million Series C share buyback, a decision that will take San Francisco-based tech firm to a record high valuation of $15 billion. So I guess back in December 2019, Ripple raised 200 million in a Series C funding with a Tetragon Financial Group, a UK-based investment firm, acting as the lead investor alongside SBI Holdings and Route 66 Ventures. However, in December 2020, the SEC issued a $1.3 billion financial lawsuit against Ripple and its founder. So it kind of, it sounds like they're gonna, and 3 months later in April, the court ruled in favor of Ripple against the plaintiff, Tetragon, putting an end to the financial dispute. So it looked like they're going to be able to take some of this money and do a buyback. They say even with the 2021 headwinds, it's our best year on record, he stated, revealing that the company's $1 billion bank balance makes it the strongest we've ever been. And that came from Brad Garlandhouse. So he said RippleNet is much more than cross-border payments. It's bringing crypto native services such as liquidity to enterprises. Today, the network has a volume run rate of over $10 billion. Huge props to the team for continuously upping their game and leaning into new capabilities every year. He said Ripple X full speed ahead on establishing a multitude of capabilities to the XRP ledger, NFTs, CBDCs, interoperability bridges, side chains, and so much more. Working hand in hand with devs and partners around the world, it's a multi-chain world after all. So they seem to have a lot of optimism about what's going to happen with the project in 2022. But it sounds like they got this buyback going, and they have a decent, strong balance sheet. So we'll see. I stay optimistic, but
I'm waiting for Vyvan in 2025 to say, I'm still optimistic on XRP at the moment. I think the lawsuit might be over soon.
Bro, they always, I just know, like, I never get excited for any of the news because it's like
so fake sometimes, or you don't know what's like really going to happen.
Give me that extra liquidity.
So my next article is actually on Turkey, which this is impressive to me. Turkey's president orders ruling party to organize Metaverse forum. He's reportedly urged the AK party to study the Metaverse, cryptocurrencies, and how transactions are made using them. At a meeting on Tuesday, party leaders were instructed to research the ability or way that these will have an impact on the future. The economic aspect of the metaverse, cryptocurrencies, and social media are likely to be addressed at a forum that will be organized by the ruling party. In Turkey, the metaverse is gaining interest. According to some reports, thousands of virtual territories in Turkey, most of which are located in the historic foreign capital of Istanbul, have already been purchased in game-based metaverse platforms. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. Like government looking at developing a little bit in it or working with it a little bit more. Who knows what direction they go in? Turkey's a little bit of a, I don't know. I would say they're kind of like they know what they're doing. So whatever. Like I don't know much about their politics side of things, but I think they're a little bit different than our government. So let's see what they come up with or the ideas that they figure out.
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool to see, man. But yeah, I mean, anytime you can get governments involved in metaverse, is definitely something that raises the eye, maybe raises the eyebrow as well. So Just always, we'll see how this plays out. And I'm pretty sure we'll hear more about it going down the road. So without further ado, guys, we're going to jump over to Trading View, kind of get a glance at the total market cap, look at these dominance factors that we like to kind of look at to kind of just give us a kind of point of what's going on. If you guys didn't know by now, by looking at both of me and Scott's shirt, the market is red. I am here to try to save you guys. I wore my lifeguard hoodie today. I know a lot of our bags are in the water, but
I'm wearing my armor so that I'm safe from it all.
Oh man, so the total crypto market cap, it was just at 1.5 now, but I mean 1.59. Then it keeps teetering around to 1.6. It just flipped back to 1.6 billion. So we see that it's still going down a little bit here. The Bitcoin dominance again is 42.57. It keeps tearing through this little support kind of toward this little support area or resistance area. I'm sorry, and that Bitcoin dominance definitely needs to come down. With the price of Bitcoin, with the price of Bitcoin falling, the dominance can't keep going up, because if it's falling and it's being dominant, it's going to drag everything down with it. The Ethereum dominance keeps going down. We're at 17.76. So not looking good for altcoins right now. And guys, we don't give any financial advice, but this is a very risky time to be involved. And I know a lot of people are saying, this is the bottom and buy the dip, but just be careful out there, guys. It's better to get back in when the market trend reverses and maybe miss out on potential gains than get in too early and then get your bag stuck underwater.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, it is what it is, right? Like, there's been a lot of people that have been through this before. For the new people, it's just something that needs to happen. As Vivan's told me before, it's a healthy way for Bitcoin to do this. So, I mean, without this retracement or what's happening, then Bitcoin wouldn't have been able to continue to grow at a healthy rate or the way that people want it to happen. So this needs to happen. It's natural. Just try and be as positive as you can. I understand it's hard. We're all here for you guys. Like, if you needed to shoot a message or talk to any of us, like, I'm always happy and here to listen. We're in BigONE's chat space on Telegram. We're on Twitter Spaces every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 p.m. EST. So yeah, definitely feel free to drop by and say hello. Yeah.
And guys, make sure you guys also, before we get out of here, make sure you guys check out the AMM mining on BigONE. It's basically liquidity mining. Has some interesting pairs in there. Great way to utilize kind of a staking in a sense platform, and being able to utilize that AMM mining. We're going to do some videos on it for people who don't know. But we just haven't had a chance to do those yet. But make sure you guys check it out. You could search some videos online, and they'll also tell you more about it. But until tomorrow, guys, we appreciate you tuning in today.
Yeah. Have a wonderful day, you guys. Thank you for stopping in. Bye. Peace.